The road to losing weight is honestly never the easiest thing to do. For anybody that tells you that it's easy, they're wrong. It could be a complete roller coaster, and you never really know what to really expect. There's so many twists and turns, so many emotions, so many things that may happen, and no one knows what you're going through. But when you get through it all, it's worth it. My name is Jeremy Colon, and this is the best weight loss story that I've read on Reddit. This weight loss journey is from the perspective of a hardcore gamer. Weight loss was something I had always considered since I was young. I was always the fat kid growing up, and it continued to snowball. I did youth sports for a couple years, but my parents didn't force me to do anything I didn't want to do. When I got into middle school, I discovered gaming and never looked back. I spent my time gaming and eating while I was in middle school. My friends and I put hundreds upon hundreds of hours into games, and while this happened, I continued to get even more obese, but considered myself lucky as even in 8th grade, I was 5'11 and 270 pounds. I wasn't diabetic, which I considered a victory. I continued these habits to junior year of high school, getting fatter along the way. I was 310 pounds that August and was considering maybe the 8th attempt I had made to lose weight, all previous attempts being failures due to a lack of immediate results and poor ideas about weight loss. At this point, 3 days after my birthday, my best friend, my black Labrador angel, died. She was the thing that mattered most to me outside of my video games and the one I was with when I was up all night long. It destroyed me, and I spiraled out of control. I found even more comfort in games and food than I did before. My problems grew, and I wasn't considering solutions, just digging a deeper grave. A little over 1 year later, in January of 2017, our dog Tiffany, a lovable golden retriever, passed away due to something we didn't see coming. She died of cancer. It took only 3 days for her to decline before that she was happy and doing all the things she loved. It caught me so off guard. I was broken. She was Angel's best friend and an amazing dog. She had no control over her death. It was tragic, and I felt for the first time in my life my mortality. I could feel that I wasn't long for this world going down the path I was. My dog Tiffany didn't have the chance to save herself, but I did use her passing as the catalyst to change my life. Around this time, while in class, I noticed feelings that were new, such as pins and needles, sensations in my feet. Even when I was standing upright, I felt sick all the time, and I was always tired. I knew this could very likely be a sign of prediabetes. The thought of this, along with my dog's death, terrified me so much I knew I had to change. February 3rd, I weighed in at an astounding 343 pounds. It wasn't until the 8th of March I decided to take the day off school, and I gutted my room clean for hours and researched scientific ways to lose weight. The end of the day culminated in the beginning of this 10-month adventure in which I dug out the grave I had spent the past 18 years of my life digging. Let's talk about my diet. I heard an amazing saying the day I started this, and it was that you should be happy you're progressing, but never satisfied, because even after losing all the weight possible, there's always room to improve yourself. I held this idea close when I started, as it is kind of how I think when I play competitive video games. I began with the idea that I would finally give the calories in, calories out method a try. My mother was a marathon runner and had always lived by the calories in, calories out method. I never gave it any credit or even really tried it. I had it stuck in my head that I needed to live and die at the gym or by running for miles. I was horribly mistaken. When attempting to count my calories, I decided to apply logic and figured my body must use calories to keep me alive. This led me to finding out what my basal metabolic rate was. This is the number of calories your body consumes ambiently. Mine was around 2,900, given at the time I was 5'11 and 343 pounds. It was massively high. I figured that if I could come up with a diet that would allow me to take in roughly half that, I would start to lose weight at a substantial rate. This is exactly what happened for the first month. I had horrifying cravings, though, for stuff I would eat heavy amounts of. As a little test, I determined how much I ate before starting this diet, and the numbers were staggering, over 4,000 calories a day, mostly mac and cheese, chips, pizza, and soda. The cravings I had were the things I would eat a lot of. I didn't even find these foods particularly tasty. I just wanted to eat for some reason. After going for an entire month eating 1,500 calories a day, the cravings finally subsided to the point where I didn't have to worry about them. While doing this, I also calculated a macro that would be good for my body type. It consisted of a clear majority being protein, while making sure to keep in some fats and some carbohydrates so that I wouldn't run into any issues. I can't also stress the importance of this enough, but a kitchen scale is $15 and it is worth its weight in gold for all types of weight loss. This is a diet I would be happy to recommend to anyone who is not working a demanding job or is an athlete. I am a computer gamer and nerd, so I don't have to exert myself other than going to school and going home. At the end of the second month of the diet, the weight loss was going great. I decided to eat a little less than I was. I set my limit to 1,200 calories a day. This is when I found the subreddit 1,200 is plenty. They have many helpful foods and tips for anyone to try. For me, grilled chicken was my crutch, and it is what got me through so much of this. 4 ounces of grilled chicken is roughly 180 calories. Once I knew that things started to go smoothly, I focused on exercise. Well, for exercise over this journey, all I can say is I did a lot of low intensity workouts, which means just walking. I would walk 4 to 6 miles every day depending on how hot it was or how I was feeling. I live in a very rural area, so this was easy as the roads are quiet and there are plenty of hills to help get the blood circulating. I never ran, just walked at a bit faster pace the more weight I lost. I also decided, since I was at such a high caloric deficit, to take in BCAAs, which help muscle repair and growth. Basic dumbbell exercise 4 times a week helped preserve muscle mass and kept me feeling strong. I also did floor exercises such as push-ups, sit-ups, planks, and more every day so I could maintain good core strength and progressively feel myself build endurance and strength over the months. I don't have a car, nor did I have a gym membership, so if you have access to these things, take advantage of them. Now that I'm in college, I have access to an amazing gym that has everything I could ever want. My social life and gaming. I love video games. My favorites include Dark Souls, Fallout, Skyrim, World of Warcraft, and more. I did not for 1 second intend to give up games, as I know I can live a healthy life without giving them up. After every walk, I would get home, shower, and play a game. Many people watch TV or read books in their free time. I game. I treated it as a nice hobby. I did cut down the total hours played each week a decent amount while still in school so I could prioritize grades, health, and games. This past summer, I took advantage of all the time I had to play games when I was done working out. It helped take my mind off food. I'm a huge fan of Magic, the Gathering, so every Friday, me and my buddies will go to our local game store to play. We made sure to never miss a session, and after it was over, we would all go out to an interesting restaurant that had some decently healthy options on the menu. On these days, I allowed a slightly high caloric limit if I needed, depending on the place we went to. This worked almost like my cheat, but thanks to my friends, they were always willing to go to places that had some healthy options for me, such as fish, chicken, sushi, and even lamb. How I broke things down into goals. The amount of weight I had to lose was overwhelming at first, to the point where I felt like 20 pounds was a drop in the ocean, in all honesty. The mindset is one of the reasons my previous attempts were unsuccessful. My end goal was set at 170 pounds, and I knew it would be hard to have that as the only goal along the way. So I decided to do something different. I planned it out that 300 pounds, 275, 250, 225, 200, 185, 170 pounds were all the goals that I would reward myself with something that was unrelated to food. Like I said before, I'm a gamer, so many of these rewards were games or Magic the Gathering cards. The last three goals I set, though, were different. By the end, I wanted to give myself rewards that related to things I couldn't do, so I decided to go to an amusement park at 200 pounds so I could finally ride all the rides I couldn't fit in before. At 185 pounds, I decided to go indoor rock climbing with that same group of friends I played Magic the Gathering with. The home stretch and reflections about weight loss. Doing this is easily the best thing I have ever done, and it has helped me meet new people and has allowed me more physical freedom than I ever thought I would have. I'm now preparing to run a mini marathon with my mother in May. I realize now that the weight is off. I must make new goals that are physical to achieve. This will help me stay motivated and on task when it comes to becoming the best version of myself that I can be. I'm also considering dating, but that's something I have no experience with up to this point. But my confidence is leaps and bounds higher than it has ever been. This, however, doesn't mean weight loss is a cure for all your issues. It is physically amazing, but physiologically moving on has probably been the hardest thing about this. I still must work on being more confident and building myself up more in that regard as I move forward. Major takeaway from this story. 3 things, right? 1, you need to have the right mindset. He had the right mindset to see it through. It was a long-term vision for him to go from over 300 pounds to be under 200 pounds. That takes vision, that takes the right mindset, that takes the right attitude. He had it all. That's what you need to see things through to get to the goals you want to achieve. The second bit, right, was his nutrition. At the end of the day, whatever you're on, whether you're on a paleo diet, a keto diet, a Nordic diet, a Mediterranean, or whatever, all it comes down to is calories. You need to take in less calories than anything else. You need to be at a caloric deficit at the end of the day. Take in less than what you're expending. Take in more than what you're expending, and you'll gain weight. Take in less, you'll lose weight over time. You need to be patient with these goals, and that's what the guy did. He took his time. He basically stayed with it. And of course, there probably was setbacks along the way, but setbacks are necessary for us to readjust, to just go through the motion, to just get better each and every week until we get to that point. And the third of it all is he tied it to something fun. He worked out, lost weight for the purpose to continue gaming, to do the things that he loved. And he rewarded himself with such as, if he lost X amount of weight, he'll get more cards. If he lost this amount of weight, he'll go to a music park. And that's the most important thing, is we're tying it to things that give us joy. We tie it to something that we want to do. Whether it's you lose weight to fit into that favorite dress, you lose weight for your wedding to look great for your partner, whatever it is, you tie it to something that matters most to you. And that's honestly what a weight loss journey is all about, to better yourself, to go for the sacrifices now, so that way you can reap the benefits of it all later on in life when it matters most. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I just started this channel, so it would be great if you like, subscribe, or share with anybody who could benefit from this. If you like this type of content, please comment below, or just let me know what things you would like to see from this channel. This is new. This is new to me, but I am excited for this journey of dropping videos weekly for you all and just building with you guys. So thank you so much. Take care. We'll be in touch soon.